Welcome back on this glorious and amazing day to the Isaac Wolowik channel for powerful and intellectual critical thinkers like yourself. So let's continue on from last week. The story that popped in as I was going to sign off is where there was this big dispute between the mother and her 19-year young son, going back and forth. I got involved. I'm just giving you an example and zero judgment to any parent and to this parent that might be listening right now. But the mother decided how she would like to set up her son's room. This kid is 19, going to university. And she comes in and she keeps on rearranging stuff because she thinks it should be this way and that way. And she couldn't understand why her son is being disrespectful. Now, if this mother would sit down and say, "Why are you always so angry? Any word that comes out of my mouth." And the son would say to the mother, "You know what? This is my space. I know it's in your house. This is my space. And I feel comfortable if the dresser is here, not here." Now, the room wasn't dirty, messy. It was just where things belonged. And the mother wanted it the way she wanted it. Do you know, like, you have sometimes, you're going to like this, you're cleaning ladies, that they decide where things belong in your house based on the way they like it. If I'm a cleaning individual, I would put everything exactly where the people that hire me want it. I'm not cleaning my house, I'm cleaning their house. And people cannot find stuff. I just lost my own stuff because I was in someone's house a few days ago for Rosh Hashanah. It was gone because the cleaning lady decided to put it and no one knows where it is. But it's okay, it happens in everyone's house. I hear the same story. Sometimes we do it. Now, if this mother would go to the 19-year young son, instead of telling him how today's children are so disrespectful, not the way it used to be nowadays, "Oh, I can't stand that," she would say, "So tell me one thing you don't like about me." And it was probably one of the things the 19-year young guy would say, "Really don't like when you come set up my room the way you like it, because it's my room, and if I'm a slave, then you do it your way, but I have my own identity. I like to dress her in a very specific way. It's not dirty, it doesn't bother you, I'm not messy." And then the mother could come to me and say, "You know what? It drives me crazy that the dresser should be here, shouldn't be there, blah, blah, blah." And then I could spend a session or two explaining, validating her feelings, but telling her how she's hurting her son. So just finding out what your child wants, and if you believe it or not, most parents have no clue what their child actually wants. They're so busy parenting, but who are you parenting? It's like I once did therapy with a couple married for, 12 years? And the wife cried. She says, "Not once did my husband ask me what I want." I had a talk with the husband, very gentle talk. And, I was asking how he sees himself as a husband, and he was saying he was the greatest husband on planet Earth. And he told me how many thousands of dollars he spends for his wives and the gifts and the birthday parties and the restaurants and everything else. And I listened to him, and I said, "Did you ever ask your wife what she wants?" And obviously, he wasn't listening to me because he went on and just repeated the same thing, how nice he is, and how good he is, and how caring he is, and how loving he is, and how giving he is. We don't need loving and caring. We need someone to know what we want, not what you think we want. So you're worried about controlling your child's computer with the filter schmilter bilter? That's 3% of the problem, maybe 4.5%. 95% is, who's your child? What emotional need that your child needs did you fulfill this week? How much bonding time? Did you spend with your child? Look at the meter on your brain. How much percent of your meter was speeches, dictating? Hang up your coat, don't do this, do that, how was school, how was this? How much was love? Love was this much or zero, and everything else was about, okay, the camera can't record further, so I'll stop here. That's the problem. The problem is not the internet. The internet is deflecting. Could it be a small part of the problem? Maybe. I'm still looking from the thousands of people that I've heard of, the hundreds of people that I dealt with that ever said that they had parents that were attentive, not perfect. No child looks for a perfect parent, but that they were there for them, they understood them, they listened to them, they apologized when they made a mistake, and they still went on the internet to look for some garbage, for someone that could take them to a hotel to spend a few hours. Never heard of it. It doesn't exist. I've never touched cold fire, and I've never touched hot water. I'm talking about hot, like fire. I've never touched water that's red and orange and blue. And I've touched hot water that was cooked. That's not what I mean. Join me next week, and then we'll finish up. Well, I believe we'll wrap up. So what do we do with the actual filters?